So thank you so much for your help. First of all, where are you from?
Russia.
You came here for travel or are you living here?
2-week holidays.
Okay. Have you been to other cities?
We arrived to Tokyo.
Tokyo?
We spent there like 3 days and then go to Osaka.
How do you like Japan so far?
I don't know if I'd like to say that it was a very good experience and I like Tokyo very much. But Osaka now for me is a little bit better.
Better?
Yeah.
Can I ask why? Do you think so?
Like architectural and ancient stuff.
Can I ask your biggest culture shock?
Culture shock.
Yeah.
I'm kind of used to everything, so I think
food or like people in Japan or
people are fine. Food is I like Asian food in general and spicy food also.
What is your favorite Japanese food?
Favorite Japanese food? Spicy ramen.
Spicy ramen?
Yeah, maybe.
Do you have any negative aspect, negative culture shock?
Not much. For me, only negative side is in Tokyo. Metro system and because it's all different companies and different vending machine ticket machines. So in Moscow, for example, it's for railway system, for metro, for monorails, it's only one company and you use that might be one negative side, but in general the public transport is fine and everything is fine.
Okay. Would you like to recommend to your friends? Would you like to recommend Japan?
Of course, I would recommend Japan to my friends, but it's from a Russian point of view, Moscow, Japan is quite expensive to travel to destinations. So I would recommend, but if you have money.
Okay. So that was the last question that I had, so that's it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Okay, so thank you for your help. Thanks so much. And first of all, where are you from?
I'm from Germany.
Germany. You came here for travel or are you living here?
For travel with my friends.
Oh,
for 1 week.
You're in Osaka now, but have you been to other cities?
I've been to Tokyo for 3 days.
3 days.
And now, since yesterday, I'm in Osaka.
Okay. How do you like Japan so far?
I really like it. So it was always my dream to come here. And I've fallen in love really.
In which aspect?
Like the culture. I really like the culture and the environment. The people are really nice.
Did you eat some foods? Japanese food?
Yeah, sushi. I really like sushi. So I wanted to go to omakase, but I didn't have the time yet.
Omakase?
Yeah.
Right.
And ramen. Ramen is really nice. And also Kobe beef today.
I want to ask you your biggest culture shock in Japan since you came here, and what would be?
Culture shock, I would say that people drive on the left and go from the left. In Germany, it's all on the other side. So.
Is there any negative culture shock?
Not really negative, but in Tokyo, I thought there weren't many places to sit in the city, so you always had to walk and couldn't really rest. And also there weren't many trash bins, so you always had to carry your trash somewhere. And but that's about it. So everything else was perfect.
All right. So thanks so much.
Perfect.
Thanks so much for
Will it be on YouTube or?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for your cooperation. And first of all, where are you from?
I'm from California.
California.
In the United States of America.
You came here for travel, or are you living here?
So I'm here for vacation. This is my second time in Japan, and I loved my first trip. I was excited to come back, and I'm here mostly for vacation. I do have family living in Okinawa, so I will be visiting them after Osaka.
When was your first time to visit here?
It was 4 years ago. So I went to Tokyo, Kyoto, and Okinawa.
How do you like Japan so far? Like, is there any like special experience for you?
Yeah, so just the culture is like so much different from the United States, and I mean maybe the biggest thing is everyone is so nice here. Like everyone's in general, I would say a lot ruder in the States, or maybe a little rougher around the edges. And I really enjoy seeing all the temples and shrines, and a lot of the things, like the nightlife is awesome here because everything stays open a lot later. At least in California, everything closes at 2 a.m. And last call's at 1:30, so it ends very early. So here, at least in Tokyo, I haven't really gone out late in Osaka, but in Tokyo at least I was, able to stay out until like 6 a.m., which is not something that you can even do in the States. And the food's incredible as well. So there's a lot of things.
How about beverages? Like the one you drinking now, the Japanese beer or Japanese sake?
I love both of them. Yeah, Japanese beer is like German and Japanese beer are like my favorite beers. American beer is all right. It's okay. But yeah, I love Kirin is one of my favorite beers, and I love sake too. It's a lot light. It's very light, but it still tastes good too.
Okay. Okay. Wait, if you had, could you tell me your biggest culture shock since you came here?
Biggest culture shock since I came here.
And if it's possible in both like negative and positive aspects, in both aspects. If you can, if you have.
Okay, hold on. Give me a sec. Let me think. Okay, well, this is kind of random, but there's like one of the things that just immediately pops in my head is like on escalators, like people stay to one side to like just like stand on it, and then on the other side people will walk up.
Oh.
In the United States, it's you just stand there. Like you don't. No, wow. It's you just stand, and it's like I really wish that the United States would do that because it's so nice. If you're in like a hurry and you need to go or whatever, and whatnot, and then so I guess I really like that. I guess maybe the negative one is I'd kind of heard this, but like I think in general I would say maybe some Japanese people are a little more shy and reserved, whereas it's in America, and that could just be the language barrier because I don't speak Japanese. But from what I've noticed, it's harder to initiate a conversation. What is funny though is I feel like if I'm at like an izakaya or something like that, and there's some people next to me that have a few drinks in them, they're a little more outgoing and adventurous. Yeah. But yeah, I would say those are kind of the two biggest things and whatnot. And I don't know. I also like just the whole seeing how polite and like respectful people are is just so different. Because I'm from a little bit south of Los Angeles, and people are very, very self-absorbed, and they're kind of just they only really think about themselves, and it's very welcoming to see like how nice and polite just everyone is to most people. I mean, there have been some instances where certain establishments may not be super foreigner friendly, and I understand because as a whole, I think Americans do not have a good reputation when visiting here, because at least I've seen a lot of foreigners be either very rude or inconsiderate to others, and they just kind of don't really appreciate or want to get to know the kind of the culture here. And like both times I've come here, I've always done like a lot of research and because I don't want to be rude or without knowing it. I think a lot of foreigners might be a little naive and just kind of think, the world works similar to how it works in the United States. whereas it's a little bit different than that. And once you get outside of your country's borders, each nation has their own history, and the way that culture is it's very different no matter where you go, whether that be Japan or just some other nation as a whole.
That was the last question I had. Yeah, it really helps us. Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for your time.